Hello children, how are you all? I hope you all are safe at home and are taking good care of yourselves. I welcome you to today's English class. Children, today we are going to read an interesting story from our book Treasure Trove. I know you all love listening to stories. And the most beautiful part of these stories is, yes, the stories that we read from Treasure Trove. The best part is that all of them are written in a very simple language and they come with a moral. They teach us some good values. Yes, moral that teaches us good values and helps us to become better human beings by following just very simple rules of life. They help us to lead a contented life and derive pleasure from the simplest of things, while we lend helping hand to those in need. And how does it help us? Yes, it helps us to make our society a better place to live in. So children, are you ready from yet another story from this book? Okay, the story I have planned for today is The Loyal Mongoose. It is given on page number 24 of your Treasure Trove. I would suggest all of you to open page number 24 of Treasure Trove and read the story with me. So let's get going. But before we begin, let us first understand the meaning of the title of the story, The Loyal Mongoose. Children, what does loyal mean? Do you know? Loyal means faithful, or you can say trustworthy. One whom you can trust. We can also say a loyal person is one who is dependable, on whom we can depend for our things. And what is this mongoose? Have you heard of him earlier? Yes, it is a small carnivorous mammal with a long body and a tail. So, our story seems to be about a trustworthy mongoose. Here goes your story. Let's start it. Once there was a farmer who lived with his wife in a village in Rajasthan. They had a little son and loved him dearly. One evening, when the farmer returned home from work, he brought with him a tiny little mongoose. He told his wife that the little mongoose will grow up and be a pet for their son. So, this was the first paragraph of the story. Okay, this seems to be the farmer with a little mongoose in his hand. So children, what has been told? Once there was a farmer who lived with his wife in a village in Rajasthan. Okay, the story is about a farmer. Once upon a time, there was a farmer who lived with his wife in a village in Rajasthan. They had a little son who loved him dearly. They had a little son, a small son who loved him dearly. Children, Dearly means very much. One evening, when the farmer returned home from work, he brought with him a tiny little mongoose. Yes, the farmer used to go to the fields for working. One evening, when he returned home from work, what did he bring with him? He brought a tiny means small. Little also means small. He brought a small mongoose with him. He told his wife that the little mongoose will grow up and be a pet for their son. Okay. Then he told his wife that with time the little mongoose will grow up, it will grow and be a pet for their son. What is a pet, children? Yes, a pet is a domestic, or you can say a tamed animal that is generally kept by people at home for, yes, pleasure or maybe companionship. And what generally do you find pets? Which animals are kept as pets? Yes, generally people keep dogs as pets. Some people even like to keep cats as pets, right? And some even keep parrots. Parrots, yes, they are also kept as pets. But mongoose, that was a strange idea. But somehow the farmer liked the mongoose and he had brought this little tiny creature with him so that when he grows up, it will be a pet for their son. Yes, in this picture, we can see the farmer bringing the mongoose in his hands and the lady. Who is this lady? Yes, it is the wife of this farmer. And their little son is in the hands of the mother. So the farmer wanted that mongoose will grow up and it will be a pet for their son. Okay, next paragraph. The baby and the mongoose both grew quickly. But in 4 or 5 months, the mongoose was a fully grown adult while the couple's son was still a baby. The mongoose ran about loose in the house, getting into one mischief after the other. The child would cry out in delight on seeing it run from one corner of the house to the other. Okay. So children, as time passed, the baby and the mongoose both grew quickly. Both of them, the baby as well as the baby of the farmer and the mongoose that the farmer had brought, both of them grew quickly. But in 4 or 5 months, mongoose was a fully grown adult while the couple's son was still a baby. Okay, so children, in a time period of 4 to 5 months, the mongoose, as it was an animal, it grew into a fully grown adult. Fully grown adult means well developed or grown up adult. Like if a child grows into a man, so the mongoose also grew into a fully grown adult while the couple's son was still a baby. Yes, children, we all know that in a time period of just 4 to 5 months, there is hardly any development in a baby. Yes, the babies, they grow very slowly. But the growth of this animal, this creature, that is the mongoose, was very quick. It could just grow into a fully developed mongoose. But the couple's son, couple means the farmer and his wife. It was still a baby. Yes, a baby that was, of course, 4 to 5 months older. So, still a baby. Children, take care over here. Couple's son. Remember possessive noun we had done? Yes, couple's son is written to show that means the son of the couple. Right? So please take care of all the grammatical things that you come across while reading. The mongoose ran about loose in the house, getting into one mischief after the other. Okay, what does this mean? Ran about loose. Children, ran about loose means it was free. One who is free or released from any confinement. So mongoose was not kept in chains. It ran about loose in the house. It ran, it moved about freely in the house without any restriction. Getting into one mischief after the other. Mischief. Mischief means playful behavior. Yes, like kids, they are naughty. So though it was an animal, it was a mongoose, still the mischievousness was there. Playful behavior, yes, it was there in him. So he was free in the house. He moved about in the house freely and always getting into some playful misbehavior or after the other. So after one naughtiness, like children are naughty, so was the mongoose. The child would cry out in delight on seeing it run from one corner of the house to the other. The little child, yes, the little baby, it would cry out in delight. Cry out in delight means it used to take great pleasure or joy. Yes, he used to enjoy. The baby used to enjoy when he used to see the mongoose running in the house from one corner of the house to the other. That means from one part of the house to the other, the mongoose kept on moving freely and the little baby, he used to enjoy watching him play. Next paragraph. One day, the farmer's wife had to go to the market. She left the child under his father's care. Before leaving, she told her husband, "I'm going to the market. Keep an eye on the baby. I do not like leaving the child alone with the mongoose." Okay, so that was her point of view. So what had happened? One day, the farmer's wife had to go to the market. Yes, to buy maybe certain things, she had to go to the market. Again, farmer's wife. Possessive noun, I'm sure you could recognize it. That means the wife of the farmer. Farmer's wife, she had to go to the market. She left the child under his father's care. Left under his care, that means, yes, she gave the responsibility of the little child to the father. Yes, somebody has to take care of the child. While she used to be in the house, she always used to take care of the baby. But because she had to go out for some work, she had to go to the market. So, she left the child under his father's care. Again, father's care, care of the father. Before leaving, she told her husband, yes. Before she went to the market, she had given some instructions to the husband. And what were those instructions? She said, "I'm going to the market. Keep an eye on the baby. I do not like leaving the child alone with the mongoose." Okay. She said that she was going to the market. She told him to keep an eye on the baby. Yes, what does keeping an eye mean? Yes, keeping an eye means to watch something very carefully, to be attentive about something. Sometimes the fathers, they get very casual. So, She strictly told him to keep an eye, to take care of the baby, to pay attention to the baby, and to watch him carefully. And she gave the reason also for that. She specifically said it. Why? Because she said, I do not like leaving the child alone with the mongoose. Although the mongoose was in their house for quite some time, but still, somehow, because it was an animal, she couldn't trust it completely. Somewhere in her mind, she had a doubt that this mongoose could cause any harm to the baby, and she never wanted that. So, she strictly told her husband to keep an eye, to keep a watch over the baby, and she also gave the reason that she doesn't like leaving the child alone with the mongoose, probably because she didn't find it safe enough to leave the child alone with the mongoose. Please don't be afraid, the farmer assured her. Our pet is quite harmless and loves our son too. You go and finish your work without any worry. Okay, so the farmer, he said, please don't be afraid. Afraid means don't worry. He said, please don't be afraid. That means, please don't worry about that. The farmer assured her. Assured means, yes, to make someone feel confident about something. So he was making his wife feel confident about their pet. So he said the farmer assured her. And how did he assure her? He said, our pet is quite harmless and loves our son too. He said that our pet. Who was the pet? Yes, the mongoose. He said our pet is quite means totally, completely. It is harmless. Harmless means, yes, it is non-dangerous, not able or likely to cause any harm. That means it is safe. So he said that our pet is totally non-dangerous and loves our son too. Another reason he gave for assurance was that one is that our pet is harmless, he doesn't cause harm to anyone, and he loves our son too. And he loves our son also. You go and finish your work without any worry. So he said that without any anxiety or without any disturbance, you can go and finish your work. That means, children, worry means when you feel troubled about some problem that is actually there, or maybe you feel that it is there, the potential problem. So because his wife was having a tension, a worry in her mind, so he assured him, you can go and finish your work without any worry. The farmer's wife picked her basket and left for the market. So as the farmer assured him, so she picked up her basket and left for the market. She went to the market. Okay, we are going to read till here only. Children, while we have read the chapter, let us have some grammatical concepts that we have read in it. Yes, children, the last grammar topic that we have covered was simple past tense. So if you could notice some of the verbs in simple past tense, lived. Yes, the past form of live is lived. Loved. Past form of love is loved. Returned. Again, it is the past tense form of return. Brought. It is the past tense form of bring. Told. It is the past form of tell. Then grew. It is the past form of grow. Ran. It is the past form of run. Then left. It is the past form of leave. Again told, Tell is the present form of told. Assured. The present form of assured is assure. Then picked. Picked is the past tense form of pick. Left. Left is the past tense form of leave. So while narrating stories, we generally use simple past tense. Right? So children, with that, we come to the end of today's session. The lady, the farmer's wife, she picked up her basket and left for the market. What happened next? Did the baby and the mongoose enjoy? Did the mongoose take care of the baby? Or did he cause any harm to the baby? Yes, we'll come to know about it in the next session. We'll read the next part of the story in our next session. Till then, take care. Bye bye.